Yo, what up, and welcome back to Pnoid News. Man, listen, it's like 7 a.m. in the morning. I fucking went to bed last night, and like I popped up at 5 a.m. This is not positive for me. I'll be honest with you. I got to work tonight, so like, yo, it is what it is. So we're gonna cut a video real quick. All right, so basically, I was sitting here kind of surfing around YouTube looking to see about some stuff to do for a video, and I come across this. There's a new COVID variant out. It's the B.1.1.529 variant out of South Africa. And apparently it has 30 different spike proteins to it. So like the mutations is fucking crazy. So I'm going to read this Los Angeles Times joint, right? And then, you know what I mean, we're going to like, I'm going to stand here and tell you what you can do to help yourself, you know what I'm saying, not catch this fucking disease. Because I'll be honest with you, you know what I mean? Like, yo, nobody has any idea what's going on, but the markets is tanking right now. And motherfuckers is closing down international fucking, you know what I mean, movement of people and shit, which is great, you know what I mean, for my mentalities. But, like, it's bad for the markets. All right, so what is this new COVID variant in South Africa? An explainer. South African scientists have identified a new version of the coronavirus this week that they say is behind a recent spike in COVID-19 infections in Gauteng, the country's most populous province. And it's unclear where the new variant actually arose, but it was first detected by scientists in South Africa who have also seen travelers to Hong Kong and Botswana. Health Minister Joe Fala said the variant is linked to an exponential rise of cases in the last few days, although experts are still trying to determine if the new variant named B.1.1.529 is actually responsible. From just over 200 new confirmed cases per day in recent weeks, South Africa saw the number of new daily cases rocket to more than 1,200 on Wednesday to 2,465 a day later. Struggling to explain the sudden rise in cases, scientists studied the virus samples from the outbreak and discovered the new variant. South African experts said there are no indications today that the variant causes more severe, unusual disease, and noted there are other variants. Some infected people don't have any symptoms. It appears to have a high number of mutations, about 30, in the coronavirus spike protein, which could affect how easily it spreads to people. Sean Peacock, who has led the genetic sequences of COVID-19 in Britain at the University of Cambridge, said the data so far suggests the new variant has mutations consistent with enhanced transmissibility, but said the significance of many of the mutations is still not known. She said it would take several weeks to do the necessary lab tests to determine if the current coronavirus vaccines are still effective against a new variant. It's probably not. I'll be real. It's probably fucking not. Peacock also said there is no indication that the variant causes more lethal disease. Francois Bullock, director of the Genetics Institute and University College London, said the sharp rate of COVID-19 infections in South Africa, particularly in Gauteng province, was concerning. The biggest risk is that this variant is better at reinfecting people as well as being more transmissible and virulent. He said in a statement, but Balau said it was unclear at this stage whether this is because the virus is inherently more infectious. He emphasized that while it is possible the new variant is able to reinfect previously immunized people, we cannot make any robust predictions based on its genetic makeup alone, and it's about its expected transmissibility or virulence. Well, like, here's the thing, like, the individuals who were infected in Hong Kong and also affected in Israel, right, which is a place where, like, you know, they're also closing down fucking travel, which, you know, I don't know why it is they get away with the shit that they get away with. I'll be real with you. Like, them motherfuckers is like, yo, fuck you. We'll do what we want. But yeah, like, yo, legitimately, they were already vaccinated individuals. The coronavirus mutates as it spreads, and many new variants, including those with worrying genetic changes, often just die out. Scientists monitor COVID-19 sequences for mutations that could make the disease more transmissible or deadly. But they cannot determine that simply by looking at the virus. They must compare the pattern of the disease and outbreaks to the genetic sequences, and sorting out whether there is an actual connection can take time. Some scientists have speculated a new variant arose in an immunocompromised patient because of a large number of mutations. Peacock said that the variant may have evolved in someone who was infected but could not clear the virus, giving the virus a chance to genetically evolve. In a scenario similar to how experts think the Alpha variant, which was first identified in England, also emerged. Are the travel restrictions justified? Maybe. As of noon Friday, travelers arriving in the UK from South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho, and Zimbabwe have to self-isolate for 10 days. Given the recent rapid rise in COVID-19 in South Africa, restricting travel from the region is prudent, said Neil Ferguson, an infectious disease expert at Imperial College London. He said the new variant has an unprecedented number of mutations and said that compared to the previous variants, the newly identified version in South Africa might be more easily invade current vaccines. Balliol University College London said that the new variant turns out to be more infectious than Delta. The new restrictions will have little impact, but they could still buy the UK some time to boost vaccination rates and roll out other possible interventions. The World Health Organization has convened a technical group of experts on Friday to assess the South Africa data and decide whether the new variant warrants being designated a variant of interest or a variant of concern. Variants of interest, which currently include Mu and Lambda variants, have genetic changes known to affect things like transmissibility and disease severity, and have been identified to cause significant clusters in multiple countries. Variants of concern, which include Alpha, Beta, and Delta, have shown they can spread more easily, cause more serious disease, and make current tools like vaccines less effective. To date, the Delta virus remains by far the most transmissible form of COVID. It accounts for more than 99% of sequences shared with the world's biggest public database. Well, folks, let's keep this 100. This is supposed to be more motherfucking transmissible than the Delta variant was, with its 30 different spike proteins in it. And apparently it came from somebody who had the HIV. Like, yo, honest to God, we should have just, isolated these individuals, put them on an island, and let these motherfuckers die out a long time ago. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not willing to do the hard work of handling our business. But in the meantime, look, get in shape. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you take your vitamins, eat well, you know what I mean? And don't be a fucking dirty fuck. Probably help you a whole lot more than anything else that you can do. It's Tom Pease of Pnoid News. You know what it's hitting for. Short the market, son. Peace.